afternoon and welcome to a snowy, wet alumni field at the University of Windsor in Windsor, Ontario, the site of the WECSSAA Senior Boys AA Playoff Football Finals featuring the Kennedy Clippers and the LEssor Eagles. Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Papa, and joining me on the broadcast, the head coach of the University of Windsor Lancers, our color commentator today. We're very pleased and honored to have head coach Joe Demore with us. Thanks for helping us out here this afternoon,
Thanks
Coach.
for having me, Dom. I'm pretty excited about it.
You know this field as well as anybody. You can see the field. It's like a slush. How much is that going to affect this game?
Well, I think people always talk this is football weather, but as an offensive-minded coach, it's not.
Yeah.
It's really going to limit these teams to some of the things that they want to do. I know Kennedy loves to throw the football, so obviously there's going to be limitations there. LEssor, being a wing T offense, they're going to ground and pound. So I think right now, weather-wise, it gives a LEssor a distinct advantage.
Our head referee right there, that hard-working gentleman, Alex Jemmy, will be the head official. A good officiating crew here, as always. Really appreciate with all the commitment and dedication of the guys in the black and white stripes that they give to our football community, that's for sure. These two teams actually, Coach Demore, never met during the regular season this year, so I mean, I'm sure they know each other well enough, but it still does bring a little bit of an element of mystery.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you get into the playoffs, sometimes playing them in the regular season really helps the preparation. But not playing each other during the regular season is really going to make a difference here. I think you're going to find the first quarter a little, not sloppy, but a little bit of feeling each other out, seeing what they can get away with and stuff. And then as the game goes on, people are going to start to see what they can accomplish and move forward with that.
And there we go. We have kicked off the WECSSAA AA Championship Final here on WeTV, and Kennedy in the blue and gold uniforms, LEssor obviously in the orange and black. LEssor received, and they will scrimmage from their own, it looks like at about the 42. That's the other thing for us, Coach Demore, to try to give out proper information. Hopefully this field will clear up a little bit, but here we go. Handoff right away. The quarterback obviously is Michael Hernia.
Number 85, James Morales, ball carrier. Morales is brought down.
Morales.
Yeah, and right off the bat, LEssor is going to come out. They're going to have a double tight football. They're going to either run power left, power right. They're going to do a little bit of misdirection. We're going to see how the footing is early on, guys having to cut and stuff like that. But Kennedy's going to be tough defensively, especially up front.
So the first quarter just on, and a whole slew of Kennedy Clippers holding off. Kikonde, Mwanda, a player you like, Coach Demore.
Yeah, they have a couple really talented kids. Mwanda. Those are guys that are going to be the explosive players for them. Defensively, Kennedy, the big man. Just wait on the call there.
Yeah, we just got it from referee Jemmy.
Looks like offside.
It was against LEssor.
Yeah, it looks like offside by one of the wide receivers there. So it looks like we're actually looks like he might be moving forward. So it might be Kennedy. Oh, I guess no, it is third down. You're right.
Punt unit comes in. 3rd and 6 is what LEssor is facing right now.
So Kennedy does a great job stopping LEssor in their first 2 and out. Special teams are going to make this game. They're obviously kicking, catching the football in the air. Those are going to be the big difference.
Well, that one goes out on the side, and it looks like they're going to spot it at about the Clippers, Kennedy Clippers, 46-yard line. So they'll go to their first offensive series. The quarterback will be number 7, Dante Green.
Yeah, Dante actually a transfer from the U.S. Came to Canada and things like that. Very talented, multi-dimensional, can run the football and throw. So, it makes us see Coach McDougall what he comes out with here, if he's just going to grind and pound a little bit or if he's going to kind of take some shots early.
He's got an I formation in the backfield. Handoff right here. That is Levon Pierce, number 4, taking that handoff.
Yeah, just standard I formation lead play, kind of feeling out the defense, see what they're going to get, and gives them a manageable 2nd and 6.
10:25 and counting down here in the first quarter. Just underway, the WECSSAA AA championship final. Later on this evening, Coach Joe Demore will join me again for our broadcast, doubleheader day here, as the Herman Green Griffins will look to dethrone the Holy Names Knights in the AAA final, which should be another classic game.
Yeah, it's not often we say that someone has to dethrone the Holy Name as opposed to Herman, right?
Yeah,
so it's going to be an exciting one here, and I think it's just going to be like these two championship games today are going to be close, going to come to a couple plays that are going to make a difference.
Certainly, WeTV, glad to be here. Want to thank Badia Quas, Robbie McIntyre, the WECSSAA people for giving us the opportunity to bring the game to the viewers in and around the world, Coach Demore, as our broadcasts have gone all over the place.
So we see here, Kennedy lining up, Dante's kicking as well. So we got to look at that later on in the game. Being the quarterback, definitely could see some fakes, happen late in the game and stuff like that.
Wyatt Hansen, number 88 for LEssor, fielded the punt, and LEssor will start. It looks like they're going to place this at about the Eagles' 30-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:19 to go in quarter number 1. We're still scoreless between the Eagles and the Clippers. The WECSSAA AA final. Hard to believe football in the area coming to an end.
Yeah, especially it's so early, so to speak, in the season. November. Sometimes you feel like high school goes on all the way to the end of November, but the weather's. It's about time for football to end when the weather looks like this.
That was Kikande Mwanda again with the carry. Maybe looks like he may have got back to the line of scrimmage. I thought maybe he got squeezed out a yard there, but looks like they're spotting it right back at the 30. So we'll call it 2nd and 10. This time the Eagles go to the right side, pick up about 6.
Looks like a possible punt situation again for LEssor if they decide to go for it here. But Kenny's doing a great job stopping the run.
That was Wyatt Hansen. Take another look at it there.
Yeah, carried him for 2 or 3 more yards there, but still coming up with a 2nd and 3rd and 5 now, and LEssor looks like they're gonna punt the ball away again.
I don't know if any of the coaches, especially with the field being the way it is, the field game is going to be huge here.
Oh, for sure, and the punting game is going to be tough. High school football punting, you don't always get great punting, so this weather's not going to help. But as I say that, the punter gets off an outstanding punt,
yep.
Gets the roll, and
this is Levon Pierce for the Clippers. He's at about the 30, and he takes a pretty good stick.
By again, one of the top players on LEssor covering and stuff like that. But we're going to get a block in the rear here, so Kenny's going to start back 10 more yards, and probably looks like 20-yard line where they get going.
So here comes the field position game coming into play. I watched, I don't know if you had a chance. I know you're still watching a lot of the Canadian football and the high school stuff. I watched the Ohio State-Michigan State game last week, and I couldn't believe how well...
Illegal block, push in the rear on the return team. That's a 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
The referee, as Coach Demore called it, block from behind. But the punting game became such a important element to that game, pinning Michigan State back constantly, and eventually Ohio State just wore them down.
That's what's kind of like in this weather games. That's what's going to happen. Even some of our games this year. Our last game against Mac was punt back and forth, and you're trying to get short field position. Hopefully, get some scores. It'll be tough to go, 70, 80-yard drives here in this kind of weather.
Green hands off again. I think that was Pierce, number 4.
Yep, Levon Pierce, number 4.
He was wrapped up immediately. He may have lost a couple of yards here.
Yep, looks like 91, originally number 91. Marcel Barlow was the first to get in there, and then, the other LEssor guys cleaned that up.
Yeah, and he did lose a couple of yards, so it's a 2nd and 12 situation. Green out of the shotgun.
Screen here
Screen
coming.
Pass.
Oh, great read. Stand by read again, no. Actually, sorry, that was Mwanda making a great play there.
Austin Williams, number 6, was the intended receiver. And as Coach Demore just mentioned, a great read by the LEssor defense. So This is a 3rd and 12 situation.
You know, I know it's early in the game. I'm not surprised that Coach McDougall gives this up, but at the same time, you know, if he wants to kick it out, he thinks it's going to be a close game, and 2 points might make a big difference. So looks like he's going to punt this out. You know, he's only 8 yards off the ball. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Green took the snap. Partially blocked. And
That's going to be a turnover.
Turnover. Kennedy's going to get the ball.
Yeah, it's unfortunate
first big
there.
Turnover.
Yeah, LEssor tried to pick it up and run with it, and slippery conditions. Kind of dropped the ball here, and then Kenny was able to jump on it.
Ian Pierce, number 15 of LEssor, couldn't get the handle on the ball, and Kennedy gets a break here.
Yeah, so they get, you know, move off field position.
From their own 43. Green goes right under center again. Hand off to Pierce. Maybe 2 yards.
Looks like Marcel Barlow again making some plays early on for LEssor at the defensive line position.
We'll say 2nd and 8 for the Clippers. Give a shout out to our WeTV crew here, Coach Demore. Again, the weather not the greatest, but Albert Falkenstein, we've got him on one of the cameras. Hunter LePain, our other camera guy. We're nice and warm here, and they're outside in the freezing.
Yeah, they're braving the elements here, getting us the shots we need to call a good game here. So give them all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just a simple pitch play. They looked like 91. Barlow was there to make the play, but it was unfortunate couldn't wrap him up, and you know, he was able to gain, you know, looks like about 8, and we got a 3rd and 2, and I think Kenny's going to go for this at midfield in the conditions here. I think punting the football is not really going to get them anything, so I think they're going to go for it here on a 3rd and short.
Yeah, we'll call it a yard. Austin Williams, number 6, was the one that took the pitch, going to the left side. This time it's Pierce going right. He has more than enough for the first down. A nice play put together there by the Clippers.
Yeah, just simple I formation, but took it outside a little more. Obviously, LEssor pinching inside, kind of bounced it outside, and it was able to get 5 to 6 and move the chains for the Clippers.
So the Clippers get a first down. This is after the break on the punt, the fumbled punt by LEssor. So
we got a timeout here from the Clippers.
Coach Jimmy McDougall, referee Jimmy indicating the timeout. Coach Jimmy McDougall wanting to take advantage of this, I'm sure.
Yeah, Coach McDougall probably just kind of, they were either in the wrong formation, things like that. Just want to get things straight. Jimmy does a great job with this team. You know, to be honest, a little understaffed, but you know, I've worked with Coach McDougall here at the University of Windsor. He's currently our strength conditioning coach, and you know, he was at General Amherst for a long time. Went over to Forrester and has been at Kennedy for I think 3-4 years now. And you know, for a guy, you know, football's about you need staff, you need support, and for a guy that's you know got 2 or 3 coaches on staff, they do a great job every year, and they're always competing for a AA championship.
I've always felt that Coach McDougall is one of the most astute football men in our area.
100%.
He helped us with our broadcast years ago. With the Lancers, and the insight he brought to the broadcast was unbelievable, and you know, I've always had tremendous respect for Coach McDougall and his football knowledge, and he loves the game.
So enthusiastic.
Yeah. Here's another pitch. We saw this play earlier. Williams again, number 6, turning on the Jets, and a good job by Williams as he was forced out of bounds, but I think he had enough yardage there for the first down.
Yeah, the stick crew kind of gave up the sticks there, but yeah, simple pitch play. They ran a few plays ago. He's able to get outside and use good speed in this weather. Got some good blocking downfield by some of the receivers, and yeah, he looks like he's going to be a yard or 2 short. Actually, they got him at a little earlier, about 3 yards short here, but very manageable 2nd and 3.
First quarter starting to wind down here. We're still scoreless. This WECSSAA championship final here on WeTV. This is a keeper by the quarterback Green. He's close. I think he's going to be short here, though, Coach.
Yeah,
Kumar.
design quarterback run, quarterback counter tray. We call it QB cowboy, but misdirection with the running back. Quarterback keeps in and gets 2 pulling guards up front. But LEssor does a great job of seeing it and forces a 3rd and short here.
Aiden Paisley, number 31 for LEssor, coming up with the tackle. And it is a 3rd and long one.
So far, both 3rd downs, they've run the I formation lead, so we'll see if they go back to that.
Big play here.
And they do.
And they do. It's Pierce. Pierce picks it up and has a couple to spare, maybe. Of course, forward progress will get him the 1st down. So Kennedy will continue on the drive here.
This is a great drive, and again, just a simple lead. Pierce shows good patience and gets the necessary yards and forward momentum. Got him the 1st down. So this is a great drive by Kennedy. They got the turnover, got the ball back, and has produced 3 straight 1st downs here to get into LEssor territory.
Yeah, nice effort put together here by the Clippers. 1st and 10. They are at the LEssor 41. 2:45 and counting down here in the 1st quarter. Pitch goes left this time. Good effort there by Austin Williams to stay on his feet, pick up a couple of more yards.
Yeah, absolutely great effort. They had him stop for about a yard or 2, and he was able to kind of push forward. See here, pitch just to the right this time, and right there, initial contact happened there. 7-8's holding on for dear life, and he was able to drag him for 3 or 4 more.
Nice job there by Austin Williams.
See if Coach McDougall puts the ball in the air here. He's been on the ground for the last 6-7 plays. Jet sweep action.
See a lot of that now in football, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
We got flags on the play.
Yeah, more likely going to be a holding call. Receiver, getting up to the next level. Usually that's a holding call, and he got the 1st down, but unfortunately, probably going to come back on a 2nd and long now.
We'll see what referee Alex Jemmy indicates here. Get the call from him as we're under 2 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter.
Okay, so we got offsetting penalties here.
Offside on the defense. Holding on the offense. 5-yard difference. Repeat the down.
There you go.
So a little bit of a break for Kennedy. They had the holding call, but because of the offside, they only go back 5, but we're still looking at a 2nd and 13, 2nd 14. Nice design play, though. Speed jet sweep and was able to get the edge and gain about 11, 12 yards, unfortunately. Got a holding call and got pushed back here.
So we're going to replay 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 13 for the Clippers, as they've been moving the ball pretty good here after the turnover. Movement on the line. Flags are going. Free play here. Williams carries.
And the exact same play, just the other way.
Yep.
Williams carrying guys down. Got the 1st here, but the flag could be offside on the defense.
Looks like the defense did move first.
Well, they let the play continue, so more likely it is defensive offside, and this is going to be declined, and Kennedy's going to move the sticks here. Great job, just being physical.
Offside on the defense. That penalty's declined. 1st down.
There you have it.
It's a nice job getting 2nd and 14, getting the jet sweep and getting the 1st down there. So this is a great drive right now. They've killed almost 7 minutes on this drive in the quarter, and they're almost in field goal range.
They're threatening to put some points up, that's for sure. And I don't expect a lot of points to be put up this afternoon. Here's the pitch to Pierce. And Pierce is going to lose 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, that's a great job by No. Read it. Sometimes you go to the well too many times, and, that's the 3rd or 4th pitch that Kenny's run. And I think the original contact was made by number 30.
LeBoeuf was
and then
in there
LeBoeuf kind of cleaned it up there, too. So that's a great job. 3-yard loss there and puts Kennedy again in 2nd and long. Not a lot of plays in the playbook at 2nd and long, Tom.
No, no. Final minute running off the clock right now.
Oh,
Whoa, little.
got the edge. Oh,
Yep.
Another holding call here coming.
Clippers faking it one way, but going the other.
Yeah, nice little scissors misdirection here. Got number 6, Austin Williams on the edge. Austin, looks like an explosive kid in this weather, getting the edge and being able to get the yards, but unfortunately, another holding call. It's going to push this back.
See what referee Jimmy indicates here.
Penalty, repeat 2nd down.
So far, you're perfect, Coach DeMora, on your calls.
I see a lot of those in my game, so I get used to calling them.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a
Yeah,
bad
no,
thing.
it's not.
The other team's doing it, you're okay with
Yeah, absolutely. But this is tough. Now we're at 2nd and 22. They had a great drive going. Unfortunately, 2 straight holding penalties and pushes them out of not only, field goal range, but it's going to be tough here.
As the final seconds are ticking off. We'll get one more play off here, I believe, and that'll bring the end of the first quarter. Green being forced out, fumbles the ball, free ball. LEssor picks it up. That's number 17, Nick Sylvester. Sylvester, a huge turnover for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was a big play. Valancourt's kind of saved a touchdown there. But, yeah, they look like they try to do a little bit of a pass here, roll out, not protecting the football, and in this kind of weather.
Gabe Ibrahim was the one that stripped the ball out of Green's hands, and picking it up was his teammate, Nick Sylvester.
An outstanding job by LEssor to get after it and get after the quarterback here. And now they're in great field position to start the second quarter.
First quarter is in the books. We're scoreless. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with our coverage of the WECSSAA Senior Boys AA playoff final.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
Welcome back to the Alumni Field at the University of Windsor. Second quarter action just starting. It's the WECSSAA Senior Boys AA football final. The Kennedy Clippers and the LEssor Eagles doing battle here. Second quarter, as I mentioned, just getting going after LEssor took over the ball on the final play of the first quarter. A fumble recovery by the Eagles have put them in good field position here to start this second quarter, as they are now with a 2nd down and 1 here.
You can see they're going to start feeding the ball to Mwanda. Very athletic. Can play multiple positions, defense side of the ball, playing running back here at LEssor, but also could play some receiver, and got just enough for a first down here and moving the chains.
Yeah, he's a big, strong force, Mwanda.
Yeah, very smooth athlete. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see some of the athleticism in this kind of weather, but when it's sunny out and clear skies, he's very athletic out there.
1st and 10 for LEssor. See if they can take advantage of this fumble recovery and open the scoring here. That play going right. Not Wyatt Hansen, I believe it was.
Yeah, Valancourt making the tackle. This is kind of the staple of, the wing T, is a lot of misdirection, rolling one way, coming underneath the other way, and things like that. This is going to, LEssor's going to start to lean on this kind of plays, their run game, and I think we got a flag there, Dom, that we
Did we have
missed.
a flag?
The
I
corner
missed it.
there, yeah. It's in the far corner there.
Oh,
See
okay.
it?
Yep.
More likely an offside on one of the teams. Usually when it's thrown at the line of scrimmage, usually got some kind of offside.
Offside on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So they're going to repeat first down.
Yeah, LEssor's going to take the penalty. It's more yards than they gained on the run, so they'll take the penalty and get first down repeated. So we're looking at a 1st and 5 here. Looks like, what, the 20-yard line right
Looks
now?
like they're at about the 20 there. Again, with all the slush on the field, hard to make out some of the numbers right now. There's another handoff. This time it was, I think, James Morales, number 85. His first touch of the afternoon.
Yeah, I believe it was number 20 on Josh Oakland. Let's see if I can get the number. Actually, number 1, Leif Erickson, did an outstanding job of holding the edge there. They were trying to kick him out. He held the edge, kind of stretched the run play out, and they were able to get it for a negative yardage play.
Second down here for the Eagles. A lot going on in that play, I'll tell you. Had my eyes going all over the place, but I believe that was Kikande Mwanda again taking the ball.
Yeah, simple dive play, a lot of misdirection to get to it, but simple dive play. And we're going to look at a 3rd and 1 here, and more likely LEsor is going to go for this, and they're in great field position. And the kicking game right now is going to be tough, so I see a lot of teams going for it when they're down in their end.
And indeed, the offense does stay in for Coach Mark Dupuy, also Coach Thrasher, the senior boys head
Oh, that's a
coach.
good play.
And LEsor is going to have 1st and goal. A great run there by James Morales, number 85.
Yeah, actually ran a little wildcat here. Got James Morale playing quarterback and basically just led full lead. Had both running backs leading and was able to get outside and bounce it out and get a great gain and put them in 1st and goal from about the 3.
1st and goal now for LEsor as they are threatening to put up the first points of the game here in the 2nd quarter. Looks like they're spotting the ball at the 4-yard line. There's Mwanda. A little jump. Did he get in?
Yes, he
Touchdown, LEsor. They draw first blood. 6-0. The Eagles lead the Clippers as Kikande Mwanda punches it through.
Yeah, took full advantage of the turnover, Dom. Kennedy's driving. Had a great drive going, and then all of a sudden they turn the ball over, and LEsor methodically just comes down the field, and Nono finishes off with a little 3-yard run into the end zone.
So it looks like they'll go for the point after, the kick. Brent LeBoeuf will try the extra point. Snap is good. The kick is up and through. A nice job there by the Eagles. That makes the score of the LEsor Eagles 7. The Kennedy Clippers no score. 8:04 to go here in quarter number 2 of AA Senior Boys Football Championship. So the turnover, huge right now, Coach. You look at that last play of the first quarter, carries over into the second here. LEsor makes them pay the price.
Yeah, and that's, LEsor's a great football team. I think right now, if you're looking coming into this game, Kennedy would be the underdogs here. And, for them to win this game, they got to be able to finish drives. They got to take care of the football. And LEsor just showed, when you turn it over, we're going to make you pay for it. And, that 7 points is going to be a big difference. Like we said, we don't anticipate a lot of points being scored here today. And 7 points, puts them in a considerable lead in this kind of weather.
Maybe a little bit in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's for sure. Had a chance to talk to Coach McDougall before the game, and he had nothing but great praise for this LEsor coaching staff and how hard they work at it, the organization they put into it. And he said there's a reason why they're always at the top every year. And he says it starts at the top with Coach Dupuy, Coach Thrasher. He had nothing but praise for the program.
Yeah, Coach Dupuy, obviously kind of the director of football operations now, does an unbelievable job. I think they were, as we say that, we get another turnover here.
A little squib kick. And we see the tail end of it here, and the Eagles are all over it.
Yeah, this kind of weather, that ball's on the ground, it's anyone's game, and LEsor kind of surprised them a little bit, jumped on it, and now they're in business again here.
Might have a penalty, though. Yeah,
Ah.
we do.
Oh, Kennedy catch a break here with the offside on LEssor, and they'll have to go back 5 and re-kick this.
I didn't see the flags anywhere, but
Yeah, they're hard to see out here, but before the kick there, just outstanding job by the staff, like you mentioned. I think Nick Thrasher's one of the good young coaches in the city. Had a chance. He came up to us with the Ontario team, kind of as a guest coach, and he's doing an outstanding job here. He has a system. The wing team's kind of unique. Not everyone runs it, but he has his system. He's bought into it. He's got the players to buy into it, and that's the reason, like you mentioned, that they're in this championship game almost every year, looking for the 3rd straight championship, AA championship.
Yep. Quality organization, and again, good guys to lead these young players, that's for sure. And I always talk about guys like yourself and all the coaches, that the commitment that is made by these people. We have to commend these people. Nice run back here by the Clippers. That'll help the cause a little bit as Levon Pierce, number 4, takes the kickoff, and he gets across the midfield stripe into the LEssor end of the field.
That's a good job by Pierce, and gets a great return here and puts Kennedy in great field position already in LEssor territory. And that's what's going to happen here. Specials are going to make a big difference. I think when it comes down to it in the 4th quarter, that's what's going to win or lose this game.
You look at Pierce and you look at Williams of Kennedy. Look like pretty good runners.
Two good-looking kids. Athletically, the quarterback as well. They got some weapons there. We just got to be able to kind of put it together here and get some points.
This time it's going to be Pierce, and that time nowhere to go.
Yeah, Jacob Austin, outstanding job, getting penetration from his D-line position, coming off the block and running that down, and then obviously Nono coming in and cleaning it up as well from the secondary.
Boy, Nono covers a lot of field, doesn't he?
Absolutely, he does, and he's one of the probably best athletes out here on the football field.
Nono says a lot, I'll tell you what. Here's the pitch. This is Williams this time. And again, the Eagles are ready, and guess who's in on it? Ryan Nono, number 30. Also in on the tackle was Nick Sylvester, number 17.
Yeah, LEssor was all over that pitch. We've seen it, 5 or 6 times now, and as the game goes on, they're going to get some tells offensively, and they're going to be able to pursue to the football here. So it looks like, we're 3rd and long, and we're going to get another punt from Kennedy here. It's unique. Kennedy has been punting from the quarterback position. Only 7-8 yards. The ball was tipped last time.
Yep.
We could definitely see some blocks here if they continue to punt from that end.
Yeah, Green has to really get that kickoff in a hurry. We've got flags on the play.
Yeah. I think it was a huge mistake by number 6, Austin Williams. Unless he was onside, which I didn't believe he was when the ball was kicked, he went to slide in there to try to recover the football. Canadian football, the only people that can recover the punts without giving 5 yards is either the punter or anyone that's lined up behind the punter. So,
No yards on the kicking team. Touching the ball, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
that's another killer penalty. So in Canadian football, you have 2 no yards penalties, 5 yards or 15. If the ball's on the ground, it's usually 5. Unless this situation, you slide in and touch the football without actually making the attempt to get out of the way, then it's an automatic 15. It's like a personal foul, and it's a tough penalty. Moves the ball up all the way to the 50 for LEssor.
So a little bit of a bonus there for the Eagles as they start this drive from their own 50-yard line. This is Morales. Morales turning it upfield. Morales on a nice run here. Morales all the way down to the 20, the 15. Finally, he's hauled down. There's going to be a flag on the play.
Yeah, we're going to get a horse collar penalty, Dom. Yep. So we're going to go up another 15. We look like we're going to be at the 1-yard line here. Again, just a misdirection, slot sweep. He cuts back against the grain all the way back, and he's had 2 great runs here over the last 2 series. And again, the little horse collar pull at the end adds another 15, and we're looking at
unnecessary roughness, horse collar on the defense. That penalty takes the ball to the 1-yard line.
Oh, again, LEssor turning it up, taking advantage of the penalties, and now they are looking to go up by 2 touchdowns here.
You can start to see LEssor physically wearing down Kennedy a little bit. You got a lot of players playing both ways on Kennedy, and
Here's the handoff, and the second effort pays off for LEssor. Wyatt Hansen turning it up and punching it in.
Kennedy had him in the backfield, but just missed a tackle, and Wyatt walks in for their second score in many series. Yeah, number 5, Valancourt had him, but couldn't wrap him up.
$13-0 now for the Eagles, and the point after try coming up here. Again, it's Braden LeBoeuf will try the extra point. And he's good again, 2 for 2. That makes the score of the LEssor Eagles 14. The Kennedy Clippers, a no score, 5:42 to go here in quarter number 2. And I know both teams have to play in it here, Coach DeMar. Kennedy's going to have a hard time. This field is not in good condition to have to open up your game, get away from your best part of your game. But Coach McDougall might have to start throwing the ball here a little bit.
And that's the tough part. You go into the regular season, you have kind of a game plan offensively, you have a system and a philosophy, and then you get into this kind of late in the season, this kind of weather, and you can't do what you want to do. And, Coach McDougall, I know him, well. He wants to throw the football. He likes to spread things out, run a no-huddle kind of offense, but you're limited in this kind of weather. This plays right into what LEssor wants to do. They want to line up, put 12 guys in the box, and they want to be physical with you. And you're starting to see a little bit of the physicality wearing down Kennedy a little bit.
Taking over a little bit in this second half as we get into the latter stages of, or the first half, I should say, the latter stages of the first half. A short kick. It's handled by the Clippers. That's number 10, Riley Hebert. And he gets forced out of bounds, but a good job, as Kennedy will have decent field position to start this offensive series. Looks like they're going to put it right at about the Clippers' 50-yard line.
We'll see if Kennedy tries to take some chances here. There's no wind, really, even though the weather conditions aren't great. There's really absolutely no wind, which is unbelievable considering this field. Normally, there's pretty much gusts of wind.
Just a little bit of a kind of like a little drizzle coming down. Nothing significant, but enough just to make it damp and wet. But you're right, Coach. As for the wind, there's nothing. First and 10 for the Clippers, their own 50, as they try to get back into this one. Green keeps. He may lose a yard or two.
And Nico Herkin, number 78, made the tackle there. And again, quarterback misdirection, but didn't fool LEssor and stuffed him for a -1 yard.
So we'll call it second and we'll say 12. A loss of 2 yards there. Green's going to put one up in the air. That pass intended for Akot Aiken, number 9.
It's overthrown, obviously, like we talked about, weather conditions. We do have a illegal formation.
See what referee Jemmy has here.
Illegal procedure on the offense, no end. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
Yeah, the wide receiver on the far end was off the line of scrimmage, and the tight end was off the line of scrimmage as well. So you have an illegal formation, and that's a procedure penalty and a 5-yard penalty. And obviously LEssor declined it, and we're looking at another 3rd and down and punt from Kennedy. Since that initial drive by Kennedy and the turnover, it's been 3 and out, 2 and out both times, and
they've struggled.
Been able to put anything together here.
LEssor with the confidence and the momentum. Looks like the Clippers are going for it here. Here's a quick pass. That connects with Williams, number 6, but he's going to be short of the yards needed for the first down.
That's tough there. It looks like, to me, he's at the sticks at point of contact, but
Close.
It doesn't look like they're going to give it to him. Referee wasn't in the best position.
Well, they're getting a pretty good spot here, Coach. But, yeah,
Just
it looks
looking
like
down the line there, that's going to be tough. They're going to bring it out here. You can't see the hash marks, but they really kind of give you an indication of whether they got a shot or not, and we can't see those right now. So.
Nope. Thank God they have good uniforms to get the numbers.
Yeah.
All we would need now is to have white jerseys.
Well, if Holy Names comes out with their all whites on tonight, we're going to have a tough time.
We're going to have to get the sweeper out here to sweep it off the turf here or something. So they do bring out the measuring sticks, and look at that camera work. God bless our guys. They got it. They gave it to him, Coach. They got a good spot. So Kennedy keeps the ball. I like the call by Coach McDougall there.
Yeah, why not? You know, LEssor was kind of in a defensive position to return a punt. You know, and the thing is, early on, Kennedy lined up. Always their quarterback, 6-7 yards off the ball, punting. So it really didn't seem out of the ordinary for LEssor. And then he lined up and threw the football and was able to get the first down. So that's a big play for Kenny right now, kind of falling behind a little bit and needs some momentum.
Well, that first down should help, that's for sure. Kennedy trying to cut this lead in half before the half is out. Green hands off. That's number 4, Levon Pierce. He picks his way to maybe about 4 or 5 yards.
Again on the replay here, just a simple lead. He gets a great lead block by Vandencourt, and you know, gets 4 or 5 yards, and that's what you want on a first down play. Opens the playbook up for second and mid.
So we'll call it 2nd and 5. 3:22 remaining here in the second quarter, and we're going to get a timeout on the field. That sounds like a good idea for us, Coach. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we'll continue our coverage of the WECSSAA Football Championship.
We are resilient, often knocked down, but never backing down. You can spend your whole life on the outside looking in, or you can live it on the inside. Because that's where your passion lives. The drive to push beyond the naysayers, to find the fire that ignites your toughness. Because the truth is, winning always comes when you start from within.
Welcome back to Alumni Field. WECSSAA Football Championship here on WeTV. Dominic Papa along with Coach Joe Demore bringing you the action. LEssor leading the Kennedy Clippers 14-0. 2nd and 5 here for the Clippers as they try to keep this drive going. Oh my, what a huge
There's a
hit.
fumble there on the ground.
And there is a fumble.
Oh, Marcel Barlow just comes in and fills the running back there, forces the fumble, and fortunate enough for Kennedy, they were able to recover it. But a great play.
Coach McDougall, he felt that one, I think, as well.
Yeah, physical play. We'll see it here in the pitch here. Comes up, big hit, ball comes out.
That ball's still loose right there. Good camera work, good job, guys.
Yeah, it looks like Williams recovers it for Kennedy to give him a 3rd and 9 here. And I would assume Coach McDougall is going to go for this after going for it on 3rd and 13 just a couple plays ago.
Green, who has punted, and he's going to punt. There you go. Just don't know, Coach.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise there, but you know, punts it off here. And
good run back here. Good effort there.
yeah, Wyatt Hansen, just another great physical run. He's had a couple so far today. Dragon defenders around with him, and you know, puts LEssor in a good field position. It's tough sometimes as a coach. There is a flag out there, so we'll see what that is all about.
Yeah,
it's against Kennedy.
On the far side.
Yeah, it looks like a procedure against Kennedy. Probably going to decline it or add it to the end of the punt return there.
But they would have had the LEssor pin deep.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team. No end. No end. That penalty's declined. First down.
You got to be frustrated from Coach McDougall's perspective. 3rd and 8, you decide to punt it. ultimately, you know, get a good punt off, the guy returns it, and then in retrospect, you only gained 6 yards,
Yeah.
you know, on the
That would
punt.
That would be
And
frustrating.
yeah, then
There's Coach McDougall there.
at that point, you say, I should have just went for it.
Yeah. LEssor hands off the ball.
Good job by Kennedy to clear out there. No on just a dive play here.
Mwanda was
Oh,
the
excuse me,
carrying
Mwanda.
that ball. Yep. Does pick up about 4 yards, so we'll call it 2nd and 6. 2:18 to go here in the quarter, in the half actually. That pass a little behind the intended receiver. That was Peyton Crawford, number 20.
Yeah, Levant Pierce just puts a good lick on him here on a little slant route. It's actually LeSor's first pass attempt. And a great pop by Pierce to draw the bar loose and force a 3rd and 6 here.
Offside on the offense. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
I didn't see the flags again. I apologize.
This coming from the far end there, and it's usually the wide receiver when it comes out from that far end. Wide receiver gets over the line a little too early, a little anxious, and that's declined by Kennedy, and we're forced, again, a 3rd and 6 here.
LEssor not getting off to a fast start. It actually was Kennedy that got out pretty good. Couldn't find a way to punch it in. Couple of turnovers, and LEssor is taking advantage of that to get their game going. Good punt here.
A good high punt.
Pierce is going to have to hustle back. Finally picks it up. Looks to turn it upfield. Pierce getting to the outside. Pierce still on the run. A good return here by Pierce. Picks up a couple of blocks. Pierce still up on his feet all the way down to the... He's still up. Pierce might score. Pierce in the touchdown. Kennedy.
Unbelievable.
Oh my, what a run by number 4, Levant Pierce.
Outstanding run. Must have broke 12 to 15 tackles. We have a LEssor player down there, an injury. He got, you know, blocked pretty good there. He got a cleanup block on the way around the corner here, but
I don't see any laundry on
Nope.
the field, Coach. Wow, what an effort.
Yeah, and that was a huge play. I was just going to mention right before the punt that it was important that Kenny get something out of this drive with about 1:46 left, and they got exactly what they needed here. Pierce picks it up off the ground, and sometimes when the ball's sitting there, LEssor players tend to let up a little bit, and he was able to get the edge, breaks a tackle there, another one there. Then he, you know, gets some blocks here, number 5 with a big block, and then that's just a, you know, a great
move.
individual
Just a
play
great
by
power move.
Pierce, yeah. The kids that play Madden call that the truck stick.
There you go.
And he finished it off strong there. And
Pierce, go ahead, buddy, and celebrate that. You've earned it.
absolutely.
Oh,
That's a
my.
huge momentum change there. Gets them to within 7. You get a stop here, and they're going into half with momentum into 2nd.
That might make a few highlight reels tonight, Coach.
Well, you
Wow.
don't see too many punt returns like that, especially breaking that many tackles
Unless you're
and
playing
getting
the
to a
Lions.
score.
Unless you're playing the Lions.
Let's not get into that.
We won't
okay?
get into that.
Yeah, we don't.
Geez, everybody's picking on them, including myself. But it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Being a hardcore Giants fan, I can't say much, so I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
going to
true.
sit there quietly.
That's true. But you know what? You just love to see efforts like that, though. You just, no matter what, it's exciting. Huge touchdown for Kennedy, as you mentioned, Coach.
Yeah, and Kenny's going to go for 2 here, so obviously, you know, not happy about the kicking game in this kind of weather. They're going to try to get 2 here, and they're going to get stopped, which, you know, we'll see down the road if that comes back to haunt them a little bit.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, Coach McDougall concerned. So that'll keep it at LEssor 14, Kennedy 6, 1:46 to go here in the first half.
I thought you know, coming in this game, these two would be pretty evenly matched. You know, LEssor having the bit of an advantage just physically, but Kenny's kind of hung in there. got a big play here on specials, and hopefully can kind of build some momentum here with 1:46 left. Last thing you want to do is allow LEssor to go down and score and get that touchdown back. You want to kind of go into half with momentum here, and we'll see if Kennedy tries to onside kick this or try to recover here and try to get one more possession here before the half.
So I like it too, Coach, because you had to be a little bit worried here for a moment. If LEssor was to score another touchdown, was this going to maybe turn into a blowout, maybe a little bit of a rout? But now the entire dynamics of this game changes with that play, and we have a game.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what you want in championship games. You don't want blowouts. You see so much of that at every level right now. Some of the championship games they're uncontested and onside, but right to a guy, number 20.
Peyton Crawford did a nice job.
Yeah, recovering that. Sometimes those frontline guys aren't used to handling the football, and they get a ball bouncing at them. They get a little nervous, but he was able to handle that, and LEssor gets midfield position here with still 1:43 in Canadian football. That's an eternity.
Yeah, that's the only trade-off there. If you don't come up with it, the other team's going to have good field position. And as mentioned, LEssor will start at their own 54-yard line with some time, 1:43.
See if LEssor here comes out and tries to take a shot downfield. Again, they're kind of built to run the ball. They only throw maybe 5 to 6 times a game, and we'll see if they kind of give it to their playmakers here.
Here's Morales, who had a nice run earlier on in the contest.
Yep, Kennedy was able to corral that. Slots, off tackle, and they're able to corral that and keep it to a minimal game this time.
Picks up about 3, it looks like. So we'll call it 2nd and 7.
You see Coach McDougall right here talking to the referee, and I could see if they get a stop here, Coach taking his last time out, kind of preserve the 1:30 and try to get one last score in before the half.
Here's Mwanda with a big hole. Mwanda on the right side does the job. He's finally taken down by number 4, Levon Pierce. But
they keep tricking us here. That was no-no this time.
That was no-no, number 30.
But explosive kid, and just kind of hit that quickly and off to the races with a big 20-30 yard gain here, and now LEssor's in possible scoring position here with still 1:16 left.
That's why you're here, Coach. You got my back. So he looks a lot like Mwanda, though. I mean,
yeah, they're similar type players. Mwanda's a little bit bigger physically, but both very athletic.
This is going to be no-no, and that time the Clippers were ready for him.
Raquan Sawyer, outstanding play, shedded his offensive lineman and just stuck no-no in the backfield there for a negative yardage play. That's an outstanding individual effort by Sawyer.
Nice job by the Clipper defender. So we'll call it 2nd and 10 as No-No gets back to the line of scrimmage. Well, fumble here, bad snap, and the Clippers are all over the quarterback, Michael Herniak.
Yeah, just a low snap, and actually this is the first bad snap of the game, which in this kind of weather conditions is a little surprising. Slid between his legs. Great job recovering it, but Kenny was all over that, and Kenny took the timeout here. 42.7, enough to maybe take a shot here or two, but last time they punted, they returned it all the way back, so we'll see what happens. Looks like Kenny might bring some pressure here, try to get a block.
And here comes the pressure. Kick is executed very well as it takes a LEssor roll. Pierce picks it up at his 1 yard line. And this time LEssor is going to make sure he doesn't run the field.
Yeah, not this time. He wasn't breaking those tackles. So, we'll see what Kennedy does here. More likely, Coach McDougall probably just going to hand the ball off and get to half, but has a little bit of momentum from the punt return there just before the 2-minute mark.
Good half of football. I've enjoyed it. That's for sure.
It's been relatively clean considering the weather conditions. We only had the 1 turnover really, and specials have been pretty good. That's really where a lot of the issues occur, when the weather's bad. But it's been good, clean football.
Yeah, I think both teams have worked pretty hard. coaches can't be too unsatisfied with the effort, that's for sure. I like the effort on both parts. Here's the handoff to Pierce. Pierce picks up maybe 3 or 4 there. 14 seconds remaining.
Gonna let this clock probably run.
Don't forget, later on this evening at 7 o'clock, the AAA championship game. The Holy Names Knights and the Herman Green Griffins will do it up again. We'll have all the action for you here on WeTV. Coach DeMore has been generous enough to offer us his commentary services. We appreciate that. Yours truly will have the call, along with our hardworking crew here at WeTV, led by our producer here today, Darren DiCarlo. A little bit of a delay here. Do we have a timeout on the field here, Coach? The time has elapsed now on the clock. They've let it run.
Yeah, I believe Coach had to call a timeout because the play clock and the time clock were a little bit of a difference. So I think they're going to call the half here. Mutual agreement here, wasting a timeout, just calling the half. And yeah, we're going to go in the half, 14-6. So Kennedy battled back a little bit, keeping it close, and we'll see if they can get some things going here. They'll get the ball to start the second half.
Does set up for a good second half of football. This is the WECSSAA Senior Boys Football Championship here on WeTV. We're going to take a break, and when we do come back, it's the call of the third quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV. Hi, I'm Josie, and I'm your co-host of the We Digital production, We Now. Anyone interested in promoting a business, an event, a book signing, or maybe even just making aware of the movers and shakers of Windsor, Essex County, We Now can do that for you. We'll get your word out. So make sure you email me at josie@we-tv.ca to book an in-studio session that will air live on Facebook. And don't forget to check out our social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We are resilient. Often knocked down, but never backing down. You can spend your whole life on the outside looking in, or you can live it on the inside. Because that's where your passion lives. The drive to push beyond the naysayers. To find the fire that ignites your toughness. Because the truth is, winning always comes when you start from within.
Welcome back to Alumni Field here at the University of Windsor. WECSSAA Championship Football here on WeTV. My name is Dominic Papa. Joining me on the broadcast, the head coach of the University of Windsor Lancers, Coach Joe Demore. Second half underway here between the LEssor Eagles and the Kennedy Clippers. Clippers take the kick, and they will go to the offense first. 14-6, LEssor leads it heading into the second half. And we're expecting a good second half of football here, a tight football game, and I think both teams should feel pretty good about their game right now, Coach.
Yeah, it was a pretty clean first half. You know, we had the one turnover which led to LEssor points, but Kenny was able to come back with a big punt return right before the half. It looked like LEssor tried an onside kick there. Kenny recovered and got decent field positions to start here.
A little bit of glare with the lights here. Get that fixed up. Do my best to give you a good call here as a handoff to run the first play.
Yeah, just a simple handoff to Pierce, but Ryan Nono come from the other way, from the other side of the field to run him down, and you can just see his athleticism, stand out here between the two teams.
They give Pierce a couple of yards. We'll call it 2nd and 8. Just underway here, second half. Action for the WECSSAA Championship. LEssor, the defending champions, actually two-time defending champions, yeah. So they're trying to three-peat, and Kennedy trying to put the winning streak to a halt. We have a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's definitely a holding penalty on Kennedy, and LEssor's probably going to decline this, and we're going to look at a third down here. Looks like number
Pierce
5. And number 15, Ian Pierce did a great job there.
Referee Alex Jemmy will give us the call.
Holding on the offense. That penalty's declined. Third down.
There you have it.
Tough start for, Kennedy comes in, get the football. Start of the second half, and it looks like they're going to be a 2-and-out here, punting the football.
You never know, Coach.
Oh, yeah. We said that, and they kicked. But this time they're in a traditional punt formation compared to previous punts.
Yeah, Dante Green is both the quarterback and the punter. Low line drive type kick. Takes a Kennedy roll. And again, we're going to have a flag there. I'm sure that's going to be a no yards penalty.
James Morales, decent return.
Luke LaHood, number 12 from Kennedy, hustling downfield, but didn't give the 5-yard space.
No yards, 5-yard penalty on the kicking team. First down.
So there's the call. LEssor will start now from their, boy, I can't read those lines at all, Coach.
We look at like the, you're right, 40-yard line.
What do we got? Almost the 40?
Yeah, about 38-yard line.
Okay. A snowy, slushy type of day here in Windsor. It's made for the field conditions to be a little bit slick and sloppy. But like Coach Demore said earlier, there's no wind, which is good. But footing, I'm sure, is a huge challenge for the players today. Second and 8 for the Eagles. Nice read by the Clippers.
Yeah, I really like what Kennedy's doing right now. They're coming out in a double threes technique, leaving the A gaps open because LEssor is predominantly running to the outside, and they're able to contain, and 57 goes unblocked. Not be able to make the tackle, but able to slow the returner down and the runner down, and actually made the play. Valancourt again with the tackle, but number 57 made the initial play. Rickwan Soulier, we've mentioned his name a couple times today.
He had one huge hit in that first half, but he's been around the ball all night as well.
That's a great job by Kennedy to they went 2 and out, get a stop here, force LEssor to punt the football, and gonna again get great field position.
Oh, gonna get a no yards penalty here again. I believe Gabe Ibrahim is going to be the guilty man for the Eagles.
See that ball in the air. That might be a 15-yard penalty.
Austin Williams was having trouble handling it.
No yards, 15-yard penalty on the kicking team. First down.
So that helps the Clippers' cause as they will move the ball over the midfield stripe into the Eagles' end of the field, down to looks like about the 46, 45-yard line. The middle part of the field's clearing up because that's obviously where they've been running most of the plays.
Yes, for sure. It looks like inside the 20s, not too much action's been in there, but this is great field position for Kennedy, and hopefully he can take advantage of it.
Actually at the 44. That was Pierce with the carry.
It looks like Pierce is going to get the bulk of the carries here, sprinkling in Williams and Vandercourt a little bit, but he's the guy that looks like they're going to ride the rest of the way.
They give Pierce 1 yard, so 2nd and 9. 8:40 and counting down here in the third quarter. A tight one here, 14-6, LEssor leading it. Bad snap, and Green just elects to fall on top of the ball. Good heads-up play, actually, there by the quarterback, Dante Green.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to compound the mistakes by, trying to pick it up and run with the football. He just jumped on it, basically took the loss of down here, and unfortunately it's forced a 3rd down and possible another punt situation for Kennedy.
I like the way you say that, Coach. Possible. We just don't know. Dante Green performing both the quarterback and punting duties. We thought a couple of times he'd be punting, and before you knew it, he's running or throwing, and vice versa. He does kick this one away. This is going to be Morales.
Looks like Hansen, actually.
I mean Hansen, number 88. You're right.
And great return.
Good return by Hansen. A couple of speedsters between Morales and Hansen for head coach Nicholas Thrasher.
Yeah, they're doing a great job returning. Looks like they're continuing to set up field returns, getting to the edge here, and if they get some nice blocking, they're able to get around the corner here. And once you do that, it's tough to stop them. You got the big guy, number 52, trying to run that down and asking a lot of them to cover field, punt cover.
Nice job, nice return. LEssor takes over the ball 1st and 10, straight up the middle.
Simple run by Mwanda, but gets him 8. Looking at a 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3 here.
Good first down yardage. They gave him 7 to be exact, so 2nd and 3 we'll call it. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. LEssor led it 7-0, then 14-0, and Kennedy was able to get some of that back late in the first half, putting up their own touchdown. The 2-point conversion was unsuccessful, and that's where we stand, 14-6.
Again, 2nd straight simple dive, and Mwanda just carrying guys down the field for a 14, 15-yard gain. There's an offside against the defense. They're going to decline that.
Offside on the defense. That penalty's declined. First down.
LEssor now in the Kennedy end of the field at about the 48. That was first and 10. They pick up maybe 3 yards, get down to the 45. Second and 7.
See if LEssor takes a shot here. Again, not designed to throw the ball very much. More designed to ground and pound, but we'll see here if they back up in here and try to take a shot here and get Kennedy sleeping in the secondary.
Hand off again. There is a lot of movement in that offensive play.
Yeah, the wing T is very, a lot of misdirection, a lot of, what we say, window dressing, we call it, and simple run plays, but try to dress it up and make it look a little more attractive. And, sometimes it deceives the defense. But they got a good stop there, and they're going to force LEssor into a 3rd and short here. We'll see if Kennedy can come up with a big stop here.
3rd and 3 to be exact. Here's a big play for the
Kennedy it's the
defense.
Wildcat formation that they ran earlier and had a big run.
Yeah, that was Morales. Yeah. And Morales does a good job, makes sure he gets the first down, then he's forced out of bounds.
Yes, that's the second time they've run that play and got big gains out of it. And we'll see if Kenny can recognize that down the road in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Lots of blocks up front.
Yeah, they just basically send both run backs out. They get, more guys at point of attack than the defense has, and it ends up being a big gain.
Jordan Spina on the tackle for Kennedy. There's a football name, Spina.
Yes. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
He played in my day.
Pretty good player.
Darren Spina, yes, absolutely.
Again, straight up the line there.
Yep.
That was number 2, Mawanda.
Simple dive play. They've been going to that quite a bit here in the second half.
So the Eagles not only are moving the ball here, Coach, but they're chewing up some of that clock.
For sure. This is a methodical drive, kind of how the way they're built. See if Kennedy can get a big stop here. Want to force, either the turnover on 3 downs or some kind of, fumble or interception. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here from Coach McDougall.
Settle his guys down and give him a little bit of a rest here. Coach McDougall, he started out with a few more players than what he's finishing up the year with here, but he says that happens. He loves the guys that he's got. He said they work really hard, and he says that, the players that he has, not big numbers, but the players that he has are very committed and, showed up to practice, worked hard in practice, bought into everything they were teaching. And like you said, Coach McDougall doesn't have a big staff to work with them, but does help the cause when your players come in and they're ready to go.
Absolutely. And you look at usually the teams, getting to the end of the year, to the championship games. Normally there's a great commitment from the players. Some of the teams earlier on that have struggles, not only with numbers, because that's kind of an epidemic across, the league right now, but it's the commitment level to the players that are even playing. And it's hard to practice football when you have 14 guys at practice. But, Coach McDougall has done a good job of keeping guys accountable and making sure they're there at practice every day. And it shows them being in the championship game.
For sure. Well, movement all over the place, and we're not going to get this play us off.
Yeah, it makes you see LEssor kind of went on 2, got Kennedy to jump there, forced a movement on the offensive line. So
that was a 2nd down and 6 situation.
That's tough coming out of a timeout, and they go on 2, and great discipline by LEssor to hold the water, so to speak, and force the offside on the
on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Now we got a 2nd and 1 instead of a 2nd and 6. Much more manageable for LEssor.
Absolutely. Big run here. This is, I believe, Hanson, number 88, who can really turn on the Jets.
Yeah, those two guys running that slot sweep, doing an outstanding job right now. Totally outnumbered in that point of attack. 78 comes around the horn. Nico Herkin, great block, gets Hanson out in the open, and he's a yard away from scoring.
He thought he punched it in, but no, they say he was down at the 1 yard line. So first and goal for the Eagles at the Clippers 1.
And they're going to give him the ball there, give him that touchdown that he deserves there. That's a great call by the coach.
And it pays off. The Eagles touchdown makes it LEssor 20, Kennedy 6, 3:41 to go in quarter number 3. An outstanding drive, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. The first, again, just a simple play. Get around the corner, just need those simple yard. And, yeah, both teams started 2 and outs, and LEssor was able to get the ball, and then, 50, 60 play drive, doing what they do best, running the football. And that's going to be a tough sled coming back right now with Kennedy. They still got lots of time, but they're going to have to start maybe throwing the football a little bit and try to get big chunks of yardage, on plays.
LeBouf's kick is up and good. He's 3 for 3 with point afters. And LEssor now with a 15-point lead late in this third quarter. Not going to say it's a must, but Kennedy needs to turn the momentum here a little bit.
Yeah, I think they at least got to get some first downs, kind of change the field position. Maybe, even if they do punt, but push LEssor deep, start to win that a little bit and get a score on the board here, before the fourth quarter or, early in the fourth quarter to kind of give them a 1-score opportunity to get back here. Anything can happen. We thought they were kind of behind the 8 ball, and then they got the big punt return for a touchdown. So we'll see what Coach McDougall can do here, and I won't be surprised if he puts the ball in the air and takes a couple shots with a few of his athletes.
Yeah, maybe change it up a little bit, throw a little caution to the wind. And
at this point in the season, you got nothing really to lose. You're in the championship game. You're really not going to keep anything for next week. So, if he's got some plays in the playbook that could manage some first downs, some touchdowns, I'm sure he's going to use them.
Pierce will take this kickoff deep in his own end. You can still see a lot of snow on the field there.
Well, he's got a little bit of space here.
Yep, Pierce can turn it on. Pierce still looking for some blocks, still up. Great effort here by Pierce.
Yeah, just a tough physical kid. It does a great job. Gets a little something out of nothing. Gets it to the 20.
So Pierce, good effort. It gets out to about the 21. Of course, we saw Pierce earlier in the game with just an absolutely incredible punt return that went in for the score for Kennedy. Oh, we had a penalty here against Kennedy.
Unfortunately, in those kind of situations, when you start in one end and try to go all the way to the other side of the field, more likely you're going to get a block in the rear or some kind of holding penalty that's going to pull this back. And, instead of starting on the 20, we're looking like we're starting inside the 5, which is a tough go for Kennedy being down 15 right now.
Right now, LEssor carrying all the momentum, that's for sure.
On offense, we call this the win zone. You got to get out, to at least a 20, 25, so you're not giving up the 2 points, safety, and the ball. So this would be important 2 plays here to see if Kennedy can get out of here.
Williams takes that handoff.
Physical play by number 8, Cole Poison. Cole Poisson, excuse me.
Yeah, Cole Poisson. That pass goes in complete. There you go, Coach McDougall trying to shake it up a little bit, get a different look going. Unfortunately, doesn't connect for him.
Yeah, it looks like, third down here in your own 4. You're going to give up the safety here. Going to give up another 2 points plus the football to LEssor. So that's tough. You got to have to throw the ball. You're second and long in your own end. Running the football is not going to do it. And unfortunately, couldn't complete that pass and probably going to be forced to give up the safety here.
Yeah, the hill is getting a little more steep there for the Clippers. Green lines up in his own end zone. Low snap. He's going to kick it.
Wow.
Not a great kick.
Dangerous.
Yep. LEssor will take over the ball as Andrew Preston came up with it. He bobbled it for a second there, and that's where it was dangerous. But LEssor going to start this offensive set with tremendous field position at about the 28-yard line of Kennedy. Gutsy call, gutsy kick.
Yeah, I understand the situation. You're already down 15. You give up 2, now you're down 17. That's a 3-possession football game. But at the same time, field position here, LEssor kind of working. Now they're at the 28. If they score here, it's going to be tough to kind of come back.
Wyatt Hansen again carries. Boy, he can really turn on the Jets.
Yeah, William Cecil did an outstanding job making the stop there. Didn't give up the edge there and made the tackle. I think if he would have got by him, he would have been off to the races there. So a great stop, only forced a 1-yard gain, and a big second and long here for Kennedy on defense.
Yeah, 2nd and 9, as we're just over 1:20 to go here in the third quarter. LEssor seemingly in control of this one right now at this point.
Well, there it is. They're going to try to throw the football, and
he's going to go down. Big sack there for the Clippers.
Looks like number 69 or 59.
Desmond
back tee. Tried a little, play action here, a little pro pass, but great job by Kennedy in the secondary. It's tough sometimes as a defensive player, especially you're playing a team like LEssor who runs the ball 99% of the time. You kind of fall asleep back there, and then they try to get you on a big play, and they did a great job staying with their men, and they're able to get the big stop here, and looks like, forced LEssor to punt the ball here, and more likely Kennedy's not going to get great field position. You kind of hope it goes into the end zone, maybe give up the point and start at the 35-yard line.
Good high punt hanging up there, and it does roll into the back of the end zone.
Be smart to give this up right here.
Pierce is going to try to run it out. I think he got out.
I think see if they give it to him. Now, in Canadian football, no, they gave him the point, so he didn't get out.
Yep.
Canadian football, if you get that out, you get it at the 20-yard line, so, encourages players to not just give up the point, but they do gain 15 yards, and ultimately 16 points still keeps it a 2-possession game, and they get 15 more yards on the offensive side, so it's probably a win-win.
We're in the final 20 seconds here of the third quarter.
I'd like to see Coach McDougall throw the ball here on first down. Haven't seen that yet this game, and take a shot here. Got a couple great athletes.
Yeah, he's got some tools to work with for sure.
Yeah, Pierce, Valancourt.
Illegal block, pushing the rear on the return team. The penalties declined, result of the play, 1 point.
Okay, we did have a flag.
So it was declined. So the ball is placed at the 35. Well, surprised. I guess it's, one or the other. You take the penalty, it goes back to the 25 with no point. Or you take it at the 35 and give, LEssor takes the point. Obviously, they thought the point was important, so they kept the point and gave them the extra 10 yards on offense.
So LEssor starts 1st and 10 at their own 35. This could be the final play of the third quarter. A little bit of a screen pass here to number 6, Austin Williams, who's had a busy night.
Yeah, just a yard gain, but you know, you just see Ryan Nono's athleticism coming in here, just flying up. You see number 6 trying to get the corner, and you watch number 30 come in here, big physical tackle, and just having an outstanding game right now from the secondary.
Yeah, Nono's been a factor here tonight for sure.
For a guy of his size, you know, not overwhelmingly size-wise, very physical, not afraid to kind of get his, you know, nose dirty a little bit and get in the mix. And it's nice to see as a university coach to see a kind of kid like that to be as physical he is for his with his athleticism.
Bad snap here, but play is blown dead.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. The center snapped the ball, the wide receiver went, but no one else moved.
Calling it the end of the quarter.
Okay.
So let's make sure. Yes, indeed. That's the end of the third quarter. Our score, LEssor 22, Kennedy 6. A quick timeout. We come back with the fourth quarter. This is the WECSSAA Senior Boys AA Championship game on WeTV. There you see the Ambassador Bridge leading over to the United States. You can see there's some, it's like a snow drizzle coming down. It's kind of sloppy, but you know what? The players have played pretty well in it, actually. Kennedy and LEssor are battling for the AA championship here. Dominic Papa along with Coach Joe Demore bringing the action here on WeTV. The fourth quarter set to go here as LEssor looks to put the finishing touches on their third straight WECSSAA title. Punt, low line drive, flag on the play. Nice return here. That, I believe, was number 85, James Morales, who's been impressive here this evening.
Yeah, you know, besides, you know, Mwanda and Nono, you know, carrying the bulk of the load on the run game, Morales and Hans have done an outstanding job in the return game.
No yards, bouncing ball against the kicking team. 5-yard addition to the end of the run, first down.
That's a actual new rule this year, Canadian football, to actually add the 5 yards. In previous years, it was whatever was greater, you got one or the other, but they've changed it now that they add the 5 yards to the run. So. A little simple 6-yard run from Mwanda.
Yep.
Actually, sorry. Oh, yeah, no, that is Mwanda.
Mwanda. Yeah, again, you have to look.
Yeah, I have to go with the high white socks with
Yeah.
Mwanda, and Nono doesn't have them, so.
Nice run here for LEssor.
Morales again.
Morales, yep.
You can see LEssor kind of get a little bit of a tempo going here. You know, they're not going no huddle, but they're snapping the ball as soon as they line up. And, you know, they realize Kennedy got a lot of two-way players, wearing them down a little bit and just trying to get the dagger, so to speak, and finishing this game off right here. I think if they score, it's going to be, you know, tough sledding for Kennedy with about 10 minutes left in the game.
That might be an insurmountable hill to conquer here for the Clippers. They would really need LEssor to fold up the shop. Mwanda again picking his way for a few yards there.
And Kenny had 2 or 3 opportunities here, one there, another one there in the backfield, and just not be able to wrap them up. Fatigue started to probably set in with some of these guys and getting tired, and you know, Mwanda was able to get 3 or 4 out of something that could have been, you know, -2.
Don't forget, at 7 o'clock this evening, we'll be right back here at the Alumni Field. The WECSSAA AAA championship final game. Everybody always looks forward to this game, Coach.
Yeah,
Holy Names and Herman.
it's become such an exciting rivalry. You know, for years, Herman kind of dominated WECSSAA football. 10 straight championships. Finally last year, Holy Names had beat them in the regular season. Everyone thought, could they do it in the championship? And they won it convincingly last year. A talented group. This year it came in, kind of the favorites, went off and won OFSA, last year. They came out, this year and dominated most of the games, and then got to Herman mid-season, and Herman beat them. So I think people are pretty excited about what, to look forward to seniors game and what's going to happen.
I'd like to call Vegas up and see where they put the odds.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
That's a tough
Herman
call.
winning the regular season, but, Holy Name's still, athletically so gifted. But, there's, between those two teams, there's probably 17 kids that are going to play U Sports or, NCAA collegiate football. And you don't find that very often between two high school teams.
Hopefully some of them will be wearing blue and gold.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try to get as many of those as possible. Yeah. And, kudos to some of them that are going to have some NCAA opportunities as well.
Yeah, for sure. Nice sack there. Good job that time by Bjorn Vaillancourt, number 5.
Yeah, he's had an outstanding game today. Both sides of the ball, being physical, gets right in there, makes the tackle for a negative play, and, puts LEssor in a second and long here.
That was a nice wrap by Vaillancourt. Good, almost like textbook tackle.
Yeah, textbook tackle, and, guys get free runs in there. You got to make that play.
Hitch pass here to the outside. Not sure who that is out there, as they're miles away from us here.
Number 81 or 82? 82.
82, okay. That's
one of the LeBuffs.
Yeah,
it's great that the brothers are wearing 81 and 82.
I believe that's Braden's first pass of the game.
Yeah, again, a little bit.
Hasn't thrown a lot.
No, and you could see Kennedy, not really paying attention to a play out there. They just throw it out, a little hitch to a guy, and they get 10 to 12 yards. Little dive play into Mwanda, gets in, having a little fun with some snow angels on the ground there, and
yeah, they're going to celebrate. They're going to celebrate. That might be the finishing touches to another championship season as we take a look at it.
One thing about it, I'm just so impressed with LEssor. They have a system. They don't defer from it. They just go in there. They run it. Even if they're struggling early on, they just kind of lean on it and keep running the same plays over and over again. And then eventually the defense breaks and they put up 28 points. And all of a sudden it's tough for the other team. They got to make big plays in order to come back. And they've been doing this for now will be consecutive 3 straight.
3 straight. Yeah.
3 straight years winning football games, and that's a testament to the coaches over there, the Thrasher brothers, and Coach Doopy, and then obviously the 33 players that they have that go in there and work hard every single day. Yeah, Tim Watson as well, who's DCing, and I got a chance to work with Tim with the Essex Ravens, and again, those 4 guys, outstanding. A couple young coaches there, and guys have been doing it for a long time, but they work extremely hard over there. And I've been to a couple of LEssor practices, and they do things right, and it shows.
Well, consistency is the key. Obviously they're getting great coaching at a consistent level. The plays, the team strategy is consistent. Consistency is such a huge factor in any sport. In hockey, football, baseball, basketball. If you can get to that consistency level in your game, and at a high consistent level, boy, oh boy, you're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, and I think, their staff has been pretty much the same for the last, 4 or 5 years, and hasn't changed much. And they've created expectations there at LEssor, and the kids coming in know exactly what they're getting, and they're doing exactly what they want.
Riley Hebert with the return, and there's a late flag there. It looked like Nono might have the late hit there. I'm wondering if that's going to be the call, but there is a flag on the play.
He's been aggressive all day, and kind of a little too aggressive there, playing to the edge of the whistle, and probably going to take the 15-yard penalty here and add it to the end of the run.
Unnecessary roughness on the kicking team. Piling on, late hit out of bounds, first down.
There you go.
Obviously, as a coach, you don't want to see those penalties taken, but at the same time, you can't knock a kid for giving, great effort and, despite being up 29-6, still running after the football and playing right to the whistle. That's what you ask for.
Absolutely. So let's see if Kennedy can make something happen here. Like the effort of the Clippers. As Pierce.
There he is again. No, number 30. Big physical hit here.
Now, is that a player that you look at?
Yeah, 100%. We have some eye on a couple guys in this group here, and Ryan Nono is one of those athletic kids that you want to see stay home, and everyone has opportunities, and as a football coach, you're gonna tell them you gotta academically pick your best fit first, but football-wise, we obviously our philosophy here is we want to keep the best players here in the city playing for Windsor, and he's one of the top players in the city, so hopefully. Once the recruiting process begins after their seasons, we can kind of get him in the blue and gold in September.
Yeah, looks like the future is bright for that young man. It's a big jump, though, to the OUA football. That's for sure. I mean, I talk to a lot of people, and I tell people a lot of people don't realize just how athletic. OUA athletics is, the OUA football, how good these athletes are.
They are absolutely talented, and you get the rare kid, size-wise or athletically. We're just watching the play here, number 7 with the quarterback run. Looks like he's going to get the first down.
Yeah, good job by Green, and a little bit of a kind of like a delayed draw there.
Yeah, a little QB counter tray here again, and using his athleticism to get the first. But mentioning. Yeah, it's a big step. Some guys athletically are there, physically, size-wise are there, but it's not very often you're going to see young kids kind of step in right away. Usually they find their niche on special teams early on, unless you got a hole or unless you got, sometimes you just get that gifted kid that comes in, and, we had a couple this year, Culver Lynn from London who came in and made the OU rookie team and started for us from day one. And things like that. Zach Sesko, Holy Names player, has come in late in the season and is going to be a big-time player for us, and we are excited about his addition. So, some of these kids here are going to push to play early on in their university careers no matter where they play.
And I think there's even a couple of Clippers that may get a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good athletes there. Again, no. Boy, this guy's really a force, and he's kind of taken over this game right now.
Yeah, if we keep high school stats, defensively, he's probably got about 16 tackles today, and playing the Sam position is kind of a hybrid defensive back and linebacker position, and one thing he's shown, he's not afraid to play the run, and oftentimes you get those athletic kids that can really run, and maybe you don't want to mix it up a little bit, but he is not afraid at all to do that.
2nd and 10 here for the Clippers. Green's going to
air
one out, taking a shot at it, and knocked down there by number 81, Brent LeBoeuf.
Yeah, a little underthrown here. Obviously, conditions, tough sometimes. Saw it late. Looks like he just turns and makes the throw, and a little underthrown. He actually was beat. Number 8, William Cecil was beyond the coverage, but had to come back to the ball, and LeBoeuf made the play.
3rd and 10, of course, Coach McDougall keeping the offense in. Why not?
I just noticed a few plays ago here, Dom with LEssor starting to get some of their, guys in that haven't really played much, and that's great to see. Guys in championship game getting some opportunities to play and, get the jersey dirty and kind of get it mixed in. So
Cecile again in the area, but that pass going to come up short. So LEssor will take over the ball on downs. And just over 5 minutes to go, they will celebrate their 3rd championship at the WECSSAA level. Unfortunately, this is it for LEssor. They don't have a SWASA game to go to, which is unfortunate. I think LEssor would like to see who else is out there to play.
Yeah, and, LEssor, I thought this year, obviously against, what we call the Holy Names, Hermans, they competed and things like that. They're still just athletically, I think a little bit behind some of those schools, but they've created a great program here in AA and 3 straight championships, and they're a bit of a powerhouse. And I'm happy for them and the kids. No matter what, AA, AAA, they're winning championships. It's an exciting time for these kids.
Absolutely. So LEssor runs the ball on their first play, as they will try to whittle down this clock, finish this game off. It was 14-0 at 1 point for LEssor. Kennedy then got on the scoreboard. That's where we stood at half, 14-6. And then it was LEssor with a couple of touchdowns here in the second half.
That's Requan Sawyer making another play, and it's great to see, kids giving effort to the final whistle. Down 29-6, 4 minutes left. You could easily just kind of go through the motions, get out of here. But these kids are still playing hard on Kennedy, and that says a lot, about Coach McDougall and how he coaches these kids to give great effort, and a testament to these kids as well, and not giving up and playing until the full 48 minutes is up.
LEssor sets up to punt, as we're under 4 minutes to go here. That punt will bounce out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Kennedy. They'll take over the ball 1st and 10. Football in the area, Coach DeMore, you commented earlier, there's a little bit of a number shortage right now, a little bit of an epidemic, which is concerning at the high school level. I actually talked to Coach McDougall a little bit about it as well today, but don't want to push the panic buttons yet, but we do need to encourage these young kids and the schools to get together and keep this alive. I just think it's so important to have athletics going for the kids, for the fans, for everybody. It's just important.
Oh, for sure. I think, football is such a great sport in a sense of building, team camaraderie.
Green goes on the run here. As a good heads-up play there by the quarterback, number 7, Dante Green, and there's going to be a late flag again.
No again with the late hit.
Yep.
That's his second objectionable.
Time, yeah.
He may be asked to leave the game, unfortunately, with his second objectionable. I think if you get 2 of those in a game, you're asked to leave, which is too bad, but...
No, right there you see he's pleading innocence right away. I don't know if he's going to get away with it, though. Let's see what referee Jemmy brings him.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense. Late hit, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Actually, it's a necessary roughness. It's a little different than objectionable, so you don't count that. But, yeah, just going back to, it's such a great game, and it's a sport for everyone. Every body type, every kind of athlete, there's opportunities for everyone to play. And, yeah, it's unfortunate to see the numbers, so low at every school. But, the big thing I think is we got to get starting a lot of the young former players at the university levels, whatever, coaching. I think that's a big part of it. As we see number 4 again breaking tackles and scoring a touchdown, it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. I'll tell you what, this kid, Levon Pierce.
He's definitely a guy on our radar.
He's a gamer.
Physical kid.
He's a gamer. This guy, you know what? You have to almost break his legs to take him down. He just fights for yards.
Yeah, just a simple pitch here, but sticks his foot in the ground right there, and breaks a tackle, and then kind of uses his explosiveness here. Look at him just shedding blocks.
He's losing his pants as well, but he doesn't care. He sees that end zone. He says, I'm getting there no matter what.
And that's outstanding effort. And like we just mentioned, it could easily just take the pitch, kind of go through the motions, and gets the touchdown there, and, gets them, within 2 scores. But, again, with 3 minutes left, it's going to be tough to
too little, too late. No question about it. But you're still impressed with some of these Kennedy players as well. They could have folded up the shop a couple of times. 2-point conversion, is it good?
Got it there, yes.
Yeah, they get it.
Good job.
Clippers get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, Riley Hebert. Looks like I don't think initially that was the guy he was thrown to. Overthrew, I believe, number 6, Williams, and it right into Hebert's lap. So it's good for them. It's gets the 2 points on there, gets them doing 15.
But, I'm impressed with the Kennedy team. No question about it. There's some players there, and, again, you have to really appreciate the effort. As mentioned a couple times here, Coach Demora, that you know what, despite the score, this team has kept working hard, and that reflects on the coach, Jimmy McDougall, and you got to like that attitude that the players bring here.
And you know what? Though it's only 15, it's 2 possessions. It's 3 minutes left, but it's Canadian football, and
it's not impossible.
No, we get an onside kick here, a recovery, quick score. I've seen it happen. Let's say that. I've seen some games where 15 points with 3 minutes left seems an eternity, and all of a sudden things change. But LEssor, I think once they get the football, they'll just kind of run the clock, get it down there, and just play conservative to get this clock down to 3 minutes.
Yeah, they have more than enough to take care of it. Business. Let's see if Kennedy can make it happen here. There's the short kick, and handled easily there by Cole Poisson, number 8. So LEssor will take over the ball at their own 49-yard line with just over 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think you were going to get a face mask penalty on Kennedy. Unfortunately, the guy was going to the ground, stuck his arm out, and got caught up in the face mask. And
Unnecessary roughness, face mask on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So that'll move the ball all the way down to the Kennedy 46-yard line. And as you said, Coach, LEssor, I'm sure will just grind this out now. Try to chew up the clock. They don't need to put any more in. This is Morales taking the pitch, spins, and he picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, simple pitch. Again, they're just going to, kind of keep it basic here. Put the ball in their, trustworthy players. Morales has been great. You're going to see Mwanda carry the football here. And, yeah, they're going to, second and short here. If they get a couple more first downs, they're going to be able to run this clock out.
Second and 4 yards needed here for the Eagles. This is Mwanda, and he's forced out of bounds. Flag on the play.
Yeah, we're going to get another face mask penalty here.
Mwanda had the yards needed for a first down.
15 more yards here. Hopefully, LEssor stays conservative here. Maybe doesn't put up another touchdown here, but we'll see. It's tough sometimes. You get some young players in the game, and ask them not to score points is tough. And I've been in those situations on both sides. Whether you want to, score, or you want to kind of be, sportsmanship, keep that in place. But it's tough sometimes.
Unnecessary roughness, face mask on the offense. 15-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So the straight arm, a little too much grabbing on the straight arm. You don't see that call very often on the offensive player, but a good call, and pushes LEssor basically back.
Seems like it's getting called a little bit more though, because at the NFL level actually.
At both levels now, I think for years offensive guys did what they wanted with the defensive face mask, and if a defensive guy just touched you, it was a 15-yard penalty. So they're starting to change that a little bit, protecting the head, both sides of the football, and it's a good call.
This was a 3rd and 19 situation, and we're going
to be honest, actually, it was the second 19, Dom. They quick kicked it.
Second and 19, that's right.
We got a couple angry players here, but Kennedy players able to control these kids.
Tempers flaring right now. Coach McDougall's out in the field pleading his case for his guys.
Well, they had some guys on side here, and I think it was the, kind of coming up, but number 20 kind of shoved a couple players on the way out, but number 17 took his helmet off, which is normally a no-no on the football field, so we're going to see if he gets an objectionable conduct, but coach a little upset with things here. Not quite sure why.
So Alex Jemmy and his crew will sort it out.
surprised
There
with
you
that
see
play there.
Coach Doopy with the yellow toque on there, telling his guys, look, let's just settle down, finish this game off. We can go and celebrate a championship.
Yeah, a little surprised with that call on 2nd and long to quick kick it with some onside players. Up 29-14. Just run the ball and get rid of the football on 3rd down, and basically was trying to recover it to get the automatic 1st down.
Coach McDougall, always coaching.
I was just gonna say that. Yep, always coaching,
Doesn't
no matter
what
what.
the score is. Doesn't matter. This is the last game.
We have multiple penalties on the play. No yards on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty. Unnecessary roughness, late hit on the kicking team. We have objectionable conduct on the receiving team. 10-yard difference, 1st down.
I'll tell you right now, one thing about being in Canadian football, you better be good in math when you're a referee because you got to do all kinds of adding. In the NFL, it's just everything offsets. You have one on each side of the ball, they offset, you play the down again. Canada, you got to do all the math.
So Kennedy will take it over at their own 54-yard line. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this WECSSAA championship final. LEssor will make it a three-peat. Kennedy, certainly no reason to hang their heads down. A great season for Coach McDougall and the Clippers, and a good effort here today as well. This has been an entertaining football game.
Absolutely. Both teams, I thought, considering the conditions, played good, clean football. And kudos to LEssor. They just, kind of overpowered them and stayed within their system.
You got to wonder about the experience factor as well, Coach.
Yeah,
they've been here. They know what it takes. Long pass connects and bobbled there momentarily, but again recovered. So, again, no no give up here on the Clippers.
No, it's not over yet. They're inside the 20. They could score here. William Cecil makes a big play. It looks like they got another quarterback in. Williams, possibly, or number 12. Luke Ahoud. His first reps here at quarterback. His first play comes in off the sideline cold and completes a 40-yard pass.
Here's the pitch to the left this time. This is Pierce. Pierce, again, hard to take down. He gets down to about the 11-yard line.
Pitch, looks like Muwanda comes flying in here trying to make the big hit. Misses right here. Boom. Misses it. And then Pierce is able to break tackles and gain, 9 to 8 yards. So Kennedy gets a score quick here. With 1:56 in the clock running, they're going to have to score quick here. Looks like we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout. Defense.
Coach McDougall says there should be 8 seconds put back up on the
He's trying to
clock.
get those seconds. Every second counts right now, and hoping to add a couple seconds back on that clock, but they're going to have to score here within the next couple plays. You can't allow 40, 50 seconds to run off this clock, because what happens if you do get the onside kick? You need time to go down and score, so you don't want to score with less than a minute left, and then you're going to run out of time on the other end. So
this timeout taken out by LEssor, by the way, because Kennedy's out of timeouts. So
yeah, I think LEssor just trying to get their guys settled, and Kennedy trying to pick up the tempo here. Just let them know, and hey, just keep it in front of you. Let's make the tackle. Make them work. Just not let them behind you and get a quick score here.
Coach McDougall chatting up his guys. Second and 1 yard to go here. Hand off to Pierce, and he's wrapped up by No
yards there. Now we're going to look at a 3rd down here, and more likely going to have to throw the football here.
I don't know football like you guys do, but I would have taken a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, I think so, too. He obviously just completed a long pass, and, running the football right now, the clock's just going to keep running, and you got to score quick.
Take a shot.
We'll see right now if they run the ball here with 3rd and 1. More likely they're going to. I formation looks like probably going to get an off tackle to the right here. Okay, we're going left here. Oh,
a bad handoff. Oh, my. LEssor takes over the ball on the bad handoff.
Yeah, and that's some of the challenges. You got a backup quarterback comes in. He's only run 4 plays and not used to the,
Nick Sylvester, number 17, is the man. As he comes up with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, he actually hit number 5, Valancourt, coming around on the handoff. Kind of lost the ball in his hand and then put it on the ground, and that'll seal it up for LEssor. Probably run a couple plays here, and he wants to kneel.
Yeah, Kennedy cannot stop the clock.
They're allowed to in high school football, new rules that under 2 minutes they could call the game. So if the
and
other
I
team
think
agrees,
they just
and
did.
They just did. So
I think you called it there, Coach.
Yeah, they can, if they're gonna kneel and the other team concedes the kneel, then they call the game here. So hey, valiant effort by Kennedy, but that's 3 straight for LEssor now. Outstanding job by that program, and someone's about to get a bath, and I wouldn't want one on these conditions right now.
No. He'll take it. The coaches will take it. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the trophy presentation. This is WECSSAA Championship Football on WeTV.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
We are resilient, often knocked down, but never backing down. You can spend your whole life on the outside looking in, or you can live it on the inside. Because that's where your passion lives. The drive to push beyond the naysayers, to find the fire that ignites your toughness. Because the truth is, winning always comes when you start from within.
Hi everybody, this is Tina Brigley, host of In and Out of Your Mind with Tina Brigley on WeTV. Join me and my guests while we explore ways to get out of your mind and into your life. Join us each and every week for a new show. Come see me here on WeTV.
Welcome back to the Alumni Field here at the University of Windsor. The WECSSAA Senior Boys AA Championship game just completed. The LEssor Eagles defeat the Kennedy Clippers 29-14, the 3rd straight championship for LEssor. Very entertaining game. Dominic Papa along with Coach Joe Demore bringing you the action. We're just going to get the hardware presentation. Badia Kwas, one of the high school football conveners out there in midfield, giving the runner-up trophy, I would imagine, there to the Clippers. Congratulations to Jimmy McDougall and the gang there at Kennedy. And now Coach Kwas will hand out the gold medals and the plaque, emblematic of the AA championship. For the 3rd time, LEssor will bring it back to their school. There you have it.
3-time champs, and congratulations to both team on the great effort. And LEssor's just continue to build a great program there, and they're going to continue to grow. And I won't be surprised in a couple years they're up there competing against Holy Names and Herman, trying to win city championships here in Windsor.
They got some good things going on there at LEssor, that's for sure. Congratulations to Mark Dupuy, Nicholas Thrasher, Jordan Thrasher, and Tim Watson, coaching staff for LEssor. That's it for us. We'll be back here in about 50 minutes, 7 p.m. It'll be the AAA championship game. The Holy Names Knights and the Herman Green Griffins set to do battle here at Alumni Field. Joe Demore will be with us. This is Dominic Papa, though. Thanking you for tuning into this. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in a little bit.